Before Genesis begins, the Book of Enoch suggests the world was already changed. According to this ancient text, the earth was not left alone in its earliest age. It was placed under the supervision of angelic beings known as the Watchers. Their purpose was not to rule humanity, nor to be worshipped, but to observe and guide a world still forming. They were meant to remain separate from human affairs. They did not. 200 of the Watchers descended to earth and chose to interfere. This was not an accident or a sudden rebellion. It was a deliberate decision. They shared forbidden knowledge with humanity. Not wisdom, but power. The forging of metal, the creation of weapons, the reading of the stars for control rather than wonder, enchantments, and the manipulation of nature itself. Human civilization advanced rapidly, but restraint did not. Knowledge arrived before moral understanding, and imbalance spread through every layer of the world. From this interference came the Nephilim, hybrid beings born of angels and humans, often remembered only as giants. They were described as something far more destructive. They grew vast not only in size but in appetite. They consumed resources, animals, and eventually humanity itself. Violence became ordinary. Bloodshed became constant. The world grew unstable. In Enoch's account, evil does not begin with a human choice. It enters the world from outside it. By the time of Noah, the world was no longer sustainable. The flood was not simply punishment for sin. It was containment. The Nephilim were destroyed, and the Watchers were bound beneath the earth, restricted from further interference. But something remained. When the Nephilim died, their bodies were destroyed, but their spirits were not. Unable to return to heaven and unable to fully perish, they remained bound to the material world. These restless spirits became what later traditions would call demons. Not fallen angels, but the lingering echoes of a hybrid race. After the flood, humanity began again, but not from innocence, from aftermath. In this view, Genesis is not the beginning of the story, but what comes after the damage has already been done. And once you see it that way, the beginning never looks the same again.